Welcome to Rhonda here with Foods 101. Valentine's Day is this Friday, and I'm giving you heads up on how to make this giant heart-shaped cookie with red and white buttercream trimmings. A perfect homemade Valentine's Day gift for anyone on your list. The ingredients you're going to need is a 16-ounce package of raw cookie dough. I'm using the chocolate chunk and chip cookie dough today, but you may use whatever flavor of cookie dough you like. This can be purchased in the refrigerated section of your supermarket. For the buttercream frosting, I'm using 3 cups of powdered sugar, 1.5 cups of unsalted butter, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a tablespoon and a half of milk, and a pinch of salt. The pinch of salt will really burst the flavor here on your buttercream. Let me show you how simple this is to make. You're going to need a heart-shaped pan. I picked mine up at Walmart. The size is 9 inches from this point to this point and 11 inches from this point to this point. I'm going to give it a lightly little oiling before I add the dough. If you want to use your spray cooking oil, you may. Remove the cookie dough from its package. Remove all these little tiny cookies right onto your tray. I'm going to start smashing it out to the edge of your heart shape here. Now that you've got your cookie dough all nice and smooth around the edge of your heart-shaped pan, it's ready to be baked in a 350-degree preheated oven on the middle rack for the next 15 minutes. Use your timer and no peeking. While the cookie bakes, I'm going to show you how to make that buttercream frosting. Add all 3 cups of your confectionery sugar into a large bowl. Add your softened butter by cubing it. It'll make it a lot easier to mix in with your confectionery sugar. Add that pinch of salt. With the mixer, start on low. If not, you're going to get a powdered sugar shower. Add your milk and your vanilla. Turn up your speed a little bit, and your powdered sugar will gradually fall down into your butter and vanilla mixture. Put this on high for 4 minutes. Be sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl as you go. After 4 minutes, this is what your frosting's gonna look like. It's gonna be perfect for this heart-shaped cookie. At this point, you can separate your buttercream in half and add red food coloring to 1/2 to make it red. If you don't want to make the buttercream, go ahead and use the decorating icing in the tube. I've got the red in the tube and I've got the white in the tube. And I'll show you how to use these here in a little bit along with our buttercream frosting. I'm doing a combination of both. Don't feel guilty if you're not using homemade buttercream. Heart-shaped cookie has baked. We're going to put it here on a cooling rack and let it cool for the next 20 minutes before removing it from its pan. I'm using a disposable bag to add my buttercream to. I'm using a D2 Wilton tip. Once you get it to the end, you're just going to cut off the tip, push it through. This will make a lovely trim around that heart-shaped cookie. Add our frosting down into the bottom of the bag. You just grab onto the bag and push it down to where your tip is. Keep pushing it. We're ready to make that trimming. See how it's going to come out? And I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. Time to remove our cooled cookie from its heart-shaped pan. And the rule of thumb is, if you can hold your hand under here and it not feel warm, then you know your cookie's cooled enough to remove from its pan. Take the cooling rack. We're going to flip our cookie upside down. Give it a little jiggle. Out comes that cookie. Sandwich it together. Flip it again so we can start decorating this heart-shaped cookie. I first start with my homemade buttercream frosting. I start here at the top. Give it a little dollop. Then I come down here to the bottom. I like to section this off into 4/4. Feel that it makes it a lot easier to get the trim right. Twist the top. Continue getting your frosting down here to the tip. I'm adding space in between my little white pipings here because I'm going to go back and add the color red. You may want to practice that piping before you start putting it here on your cookie. I'm using the star tip in the icing in the tube. As you can see, I'm going in between our white trimming on the side of our heart-shaped cookies. The icing here in the tube is so convenient, but that buttercream frosting will win over anyone's heart. I'm going to just put XOXO in the center, or you can write I love you or be mine, whatever you want to do. I'm going to leave that up to you. Putting my finishing touches on, I outlined XOXO with white, and then I'm going over the top of it with red. By the way, change out your star tip to your round tip to write on your cookie. It's fabulous. Can't tell you what it tastes like today. I'm giving this as a gift. Give me thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching, you all. I'll catch you lovely people later.